We spent a lot of time with conditioning, improving our fitness. That was a huge part of it. We went down to Florida and found out that especially in the heat, we struggled a little bit there. So when we came back, we wanted to focus on that for several months leading up to the summer. And then the girls had a fitness plan that they all kind of followed through on and came back looking pretty good and ready for training camp, which we've had 3 solid weeks of. And I think fitness-wise, we're doing better than we were last spring for sure. And then I could tell a lot of players put a lot of time into the off-season training on their own as far as their tennis. So excited to start, and looking at a really tough opponent with Ferris coming up as our first match. But it'll be a great test for us to see if all of our hard work has paid off. Well, we lost our lone senior last year in Courtney Heilman. She graduated. But I would say that's one area we need to really work on is trying to cultivate leadership on our team right now, because it is so young. And, it was last fall they started with 6 out of 10 girls were freshmen. So, we're transforming a little bit, and moving in the right direction, but it's certainly a day-to-day thing, trying to keep everybody on track and trying to, make them more accountable so that they can see the potential they have and to really, be a tougher team in this GLIAC conference, which is tough. And I think a 7th place finish for us last year was not what we were capable of. We were capable of much more. So we're looking for leadership, and also just, I think, more discipline from themselves so that they can, try to realize their potential and not sell themselves short. Well, our number 1 player is Jasmine Shangwan, and she is, one of the top players in the GLIAC conference. Last year, she finished with the 3rd best record in the conference in singles. So she's definitely a leader on the court, and is becoming more so off the court too, which is nice because, like I said, with losing our captain last year, it's kind of opening up an opportunity for her to kind of branch out a little bit out of her comfort zone and start to take more of a stand there. So we're looking for her to do great things, and she's more fit than she's ever been, and she's looking good. We also have our freshman, Megan Woody, who's coming in from Midland, and she's going to start out at number 2 singles and number 1 doubles for us. So she's going to have a lot on her shoulders, but I think she's had a lot of tennis training, and tennis runs in her blood, so she's going to be ready, I think. We're fortunate that my boss over at the Midland Community Tennis Center, Mike Woody, is going to be kind of taking an assistant role with us, and bringing in his extensive knowledge. He really likes to focus on doubles, which I think is where we could make a big turnaround in this conference. It's 3 points. Not many teams are great at doubles, and so to start off the bat with taking 2 or 3 of those doubles matches puts you in a pretty good position. You'll have to win 2 or 3 more singles matches. So we're going to rely on some of his expertise, but also he brings a good atmosphere and attitude to the team that he's done for the high schools in Midland, and hopefully we can help that carry over for our team. I think the keys for our team are working hard in the off season, number 1, and working hard, when no one's looking. I think that's been one thing, getting in the fitness center more on their own, going out and taking the initiative to work, with a coach at home, or going out and hitting on their own. Those, playing year round and staying committed year round is a huge change for our program. So that's going to be one. As far as, just overall discipline, our team was the second highest grade point average of all the sports. So I think being disciplined in their academics carries over to being on the court and being a good teammate. And I just think having a good positive attitude, I think that's another thing, is like when you finish near the bottom of the GLIAC year after year, it's hard to maintain a good attitude, a positive attitude about your team, a positive image. So we're going to try to turn that around this year and, make it more fun to be on the tennis team and to try to get more people out and just make it a bigger deal. So looking forward to doing that. Well, as kind of our preseason goals we talked about in the spring, wanting to, obviously finish better than we did last year at 7, but, we had an original goal of trying to be top 3 in the GLIAC. Looking at the teams right now, it's possible. And, other teams, we've lost some players and had a little shakeup in the middle of our lineup since we made that goal, but I think it's still realistic, and I think it's still something we can shoot for. And I think it's going to be, that extra work that we've put in that could be the difference for us, and helping us to kind of push past some of those close matches we had and, finishing it and hopefully coming up with better results against some of the teams that we were close with last year.